Welcome back to my channel Pocket Change Coins. If you love discovering hidden treasures and learning about rare US coins, you're in the right place. In today's video, we'll reveal some of the most valuable coins that could be worth far more than you think. Stick around till the end, you won't want to miss what these rare gems are really worth. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel to enjoy more discoveries in future. Let's dive in. We're going to be diving deep into one of the most coveted and sought-after coins in American numismatic history, the 1944D United States Liberty 1-cent coin. At first glance, the 1944D Liberty 1-cent coin may seem like just another penny, but trust me, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. In fact, this seemingly humble piece of currency could be worth a small fortune if you have the right one. Stick around until the end, because we'll be revealing the staggering value of this coin, and you won't believe how much it's worth today. Let's start by taking a step back in time and exploring the historical context of the 1944D Liberty 1-cent coin. This coin was minted during World War II, a time when the United States was in the thick of the conflict. In fact, the year 1944 marked a critical moment in the war effort, as the US and its allies were making significant strides towards victory. The United States government was focused on mobilizing resources for the war, and that included producing large amounts of coins to keep up with the demand for currency. The 1944D coin, which was struck in Denver, is part of the famous series of Lincoln pennies that have been a staple of American currency since 1909. These coins feature the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, on the obverse, and the reverse side showcases the familiar wheat ears design, which was used on pennies from 1909 to 1958. The 1944D penny, like others from this time, was made primarily from copper, but here's where things get interesting. 1944 was also the year when copper became a critical material for the war effort, leading to the use of alternative metals in coin production. In 1943, the U.S. Mint had switched from copper to zinc-coated steel for the production of pennies in order to conserve copper for military uses. However, in 1944, the Mint returned to using copper, and as a result, 1944 saw a transition back to the familiar copper pennies that we recognize today. But, the most important thing to remember here is that the 1944D penny was minted during a time when the United States was using various metals for its coins due to wartime shortages and needs. This fact alone gives the 1944D Liberty 1-cent coin an interesting historical context that adds to its value. Now, let's talk about the design. On the obverse, we see the striking portrait of Abraham Lincoln, which was designed by Victor David Brenner. This image has remained one of the most iconic and recognizable in American coinage. On the reverse, we have the wheat ears design, which was designed by Frank Gasparo and remained in use for decades. The reverse side of the 1944D penny features two stalks of wheat that frame the words E pluribus unum and 1 cent, along with the year of mintage, 1944. This design is rich with symbolism, celebrating America's agricultural roots and the resilience of the nation during difficult times. So, what makes the 1944D Liberty 1-cent coin so valuable? You may think that because millions of these coins were minted, they're not particularly rare, but there's more to the story. The real value of the 1944D penny lies in its condition, rarity, and the unique features that some examples possess. In particular, certain 1944D pennies are in much better condition than others, and these well-preserved specimens are far more valuable to collectors. The most important factor when determining the value of any coin is its condition. Most of the 1944D pennies you come across will have been in circulation for decades, which means they may show signs of wear and tear, such as scratches, discoloration, and other forms of damage. However, a 1944D penny that has been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition is a rare find and can fetch much higher prices. These coins are highly coveted by collectors because they have remained in exceptional condition despite being produced over 75 years ago. Another thing that adds value to the 1944D penny is the possibility of minting errors. While the 1944D coins were produced in large quantities, there were some mistakes made during the minting process. These errors can range from double strikes to off-center strikes, misaligned dies, and other unique characteristics that make certain coins stand out. Mint errors are highly sought after by coin collectors because they are one-of-a-kind pieces, and they often command a premium price. If you have a 1944 penny with a noticeable mint error, it could be worth much more than a standard, well-preserved coin. So, what kind of price are we talking about for a 1944 Liberty 1-cent coin? Well, here's the big reveal. A 1944 penny in uncirculated condition, or one with a rare minting error, can be worth up to an incredible $201,000, yes, you heard that right, $201,000. It's absolutely amazing that a simple 1-cent coin from 1944 can be worth such an extraordinary amount. Whether it's the historical significance, the stunning design, or the coin's rarity in top condition, the 1944 Liberty 1-cent coin is a true hidden treasure in the world of numismatics. If you happen to have a 1944 Liberty 1-cent coin in your collection, it might be worth taking a closer look. Even if it's been circulating for years, you might have a rare find on your hands, especially if it has a mint error or is in excellent condition. If you're not sure about the condition or potential value of your coin, consider reaching out to a professional coin dealer or numismatist to get an expert opinion. Coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 1944 Liberty 1-cent coin is a prime example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can hold immense value. So, next time you're going through your change jar or scouring through old coins, keep an eye out for this special piece of American history. You never know what you might find. We're diving deep into one of the most sought-after coins in American numismatics, the 1945 United States Liberty 1-cent coin. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a penny, how valuable could it be? Well, hold on to your hats, because this particular penny is far from ordinary. While it may have been a staple of everyday transactions back in the 1940s, the 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin holds a value that will probably surprise you. By the end of this video, you'll have a whole new appreciation for this piece of American history, and who knows, you might even discover that you're sitting on a small fortune. Let's jump right in and learn all about the 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin. To understand the true value of the 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin, it's important to first step back in time and look at the historical context. The year 1945 was a pivotal year in American and world history. The United States had just entered the final stages of World War II, and the country was on the brink of victory. The war had a significant impact on the economy and currency, and there was a lot of pressure on the U.S. Mint to keep up with the demand for coins. The United States had switched to using alternative metals for coin production during the war to conserve materials like copper, which was essential for military purposes. However, in 1945, the Mint returned to using the familiar copper for pennies, and the 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin was produced in large numbers. This year marks a transition from wartime coinage back to regular copper pennies, which made this particular coin historically significant. It also created a fascinating backdrop for the coin's eventual rarity. While millions of these coins were minted, over time, many were lost, damaged, or melted down. So, let's talk about what makes the 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin stand out. The design of the 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin, just like its predecessors, features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Designed by Victor David Brenner, Lincoln's portrait on the obverse side of the coin is timeless, symbolizing the strength and resilience of the nation. On the reverse, you'll find 2 ears of wheat framing the words, 1 cent, with the year of minting, 1945, displayed in the center. This wheat design was used on pennies from 1909 to 1958, making it an important part of American coinage. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite the fact that millions of these coins were struck in 1945, their value today is determined not just by their historical significance, but by their condition. Most of the 1945 pennies that were circulated have been worn down, discolored, or damaged in some way over the years. That's where the real value comes in. Finding a 1945 penny that is in pristine, uncirculated condition is incredibly rare, and it's these coins that attract the attention of collectors. You might be wondering, what does it take for a coin to be considered pristine or uncirculated? Well, an uncirculated coin is one that has never been used in transactions and shows no signs of wear. The design should be crisp and sharp, with no visible scratches, dents, or discoloration. A coin like this has been kept in perfect condition since it was first minted, which is why it's so rare and valuable. In fact, the better the condition of the 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin, the higher its value will be. Additionally, there are also specific types of 1945 pennies that are more valuable than others. Some coins have mint errors, such as double strikes or off-center strikes, which make them even more desirable to collectors. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the coin's production, and these mistakes can create unique and one-of-a-kind pieces. Collectors love coins with minting errors because they stand out from the rest, and in some cases, a coin with an error can be worth much more than a coin in perfect condition. So, what exactly does this mean for the value of the 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin today? The key takeaway here is that condition and rarity are what drive the price of these coins. A typical 1945 penny in average circulated condition may not fetch much more than its face value, but a well-preserved coin, especially one with a minting error, can be worth a small fortune. And now, the big reveal: how much is the 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin actually worth? If you have one of these pennies in uncirculated condition, or if you happen to have a rare variant with a minting error, you could be looking at a value of up to $185,000. Yes, you heard that right, $185,000. That's the potential value of a 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin if it's in exceptional condition or features a rare minting error. Isn't it incredible that a simple penny from over 75 years ago could be worth so much? The 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin is a true testament to the enduring appeal of rare coins and their ability to stand the test of time. If you've got any 1945 pennies in your collection, or if you happen to stumble across one in your pocket change, be sure to take a closer look. It might just be worth far more than you imagined. Of course, if you're unsure about the condition or value of your coin, it's always a good idea to have it professionally appraised. A coin dealer or numismatist can help you determine whether you've got a hidden treasure on your hands. Coin collecting is a hobby filled with surprises, and the 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin is just one example of how a small piece of American history can have a huge impact. If you're new to coin collecting or just looking to add some rare pieces to your collection, this coin is certainly one to keep an eye out for. Third expensive coin: we're going to talk about a coin that many people might overlook, but one that holds a hidden treasure of value, the 1953 United States Liberty 1-cent coin. At first glance, this coin might look like just another penny, but in the world of numismatics, the 1953 Liberty 1-cent coin has proven to be much more than ordinary. Whether it's the design, the historical context, or the rarity in pristine condition, this coin has become a serious prize for collectors. So, stick with me as we explore why this coin has gained so much attention and how it could be worth far more than its face value. Let's travel back to 1953, a year that might seem like a distant memory for many, but for coin collectors, it's an important year in American history. In 1953, the United States was in the midst of the post-World War II era, a time of recovery, innovation, and change. The country had just completed one of the most significant periods of conflict in modern history, and it was entering a time of economic growth and stability. During this period, coins like the 1953 Liberty 1-cent coin were being minted to meet the increasing demand for currency in a growing economy. While the coin may have been widely circulated back then, it was the design and production process that would eventually make the 1953 penny a valuable piece of history. The 1953 Liberty 1-cent coin features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by the artist Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's portrait is familiar to most people, as it has been part of American coinage since the first Lincoln penny was issued in 1909. The obverse, or front of the coin, showcases this portrait of the 16th president, with the words, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," surrounding it. The year 1953 is also prominently displayed, marking the coin's mintage year. On the reverse side of the coin, we see the classic wheat ears design, which was used on the Lincoln cent from 1909 until 1958. The reverse depicts two stalks of wheat that frame the words 1 cent and e pluribus unum. The wheat design is often associated with agriculture and symbolizes the strength of the American economy, which was heavily based on farming during the time the design was created. This reverse design has become iconic in American numismatics and adds historical and visual appeal to the 1953 penny. Now, let's talk about why the 1953 Liberty 1 cent coin is so valuable. Most coins from this era were heavily circulated, meaning they were used for everyday transactions, leading to significant wear and tear. That means many 1953 pennies you come across today might be worn down, scratched, or discolored. However, the true value of the 1953 penny lies in those rare examples that have been kept in pristine condition. Coins that have been well preserved and remain in uncirculated condition are highly sought after by collectors. These coins have not been exposed to the usual wear and tear that comes with being used in daily transactions. As a result, they still retain their sharp, detailed features, and their overall condition is significantly better than most other coins from the same time period. The rarity of finding a 1953 penny in such exceptional condition is what drives its value up. Furthermore, certain variations and minting errors can increase the worth of a 1953 penny. For example, if a coin was struck with misaligned dies or double strikes, it could be worth much more than an average, well-preserved example. Minting errors are highly sought after in the coin collecting world because they are one-of-a-kind pieces. A coin that was produced with a mistake during the minting process is considered a rarity, and collectors will pay a premium for such errors. So, how much is the 1953 Liberty 1 cent coin actually worth? If you happen to have an uncirculated 1953 penny, or one with a rare mint error, the value could be higher than you ever imagined. A 1953 penny in perfect, uncirculated condition could fetch you up to $145,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $145,000. It's amazing how a simple penny from 1953, with its rich history and unique features, can carry such an incredible value. Whether it's because of its condition or a special minting error, the 1953 Liberty 1 cent coin has certainly earned its place as one of the most valuable and sought-after coins for collectors. Now, if you're wondering whether you have a 1953 penny in your collection or tucked away in a drawer somewhere, it might be worth taking a closer look. Even if it's not in pristine condition, it could still be worth more than its face value, especially if you have one with a mint error or an unusual characteristic. Of course, if you're unsure about the condition of your coin or if you suspect it may be a rare variant, it's always a good idea to have it professionally appraised. A certified numismatist or coin dealer can help you determine if your 1953 penny has the potential to be a valuable treasure. Coin collecting is an exciting hobby filled with surprises, and the 1953 Liberty 1 cent coin is a perfect example of how a seemingly simple piece of currency can hold significant value. Whether you're an experienced collector or just starting out, coins like this are a reminder that there are hidden gems all around us, waiting to be discovered. Now, we're going to take a close look at a coin that's not just an important part of American history, but could also make you a fortune if you're lucky enough to have one tucked away in your collection. Today, we're exploring the United States Liberty 1 cent coin from 1949, and trust me, you won't want to miss what makes this penny so special. By the end of this video, you'll see just why this coin is one of the most sought-after pieces in numismatics, and how much it could be worth today. When we think of the 1940s, we often think of wartime and the significant global events that shaped the world. The United States was recovering from World War II during this time, and the country was entering a period of economic growth and prosperity. This era marked a turning point in American history and played a pivotal role in shaping the coins that were circulating at the time, including the Liberty 1 cent coin. The 1949 Liberty 1 cent coin was minted in a period when the United States was seeing major changes both socially and economically. The coin itself is part of the series that was struck from 1909 until 1958, featuring the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by artist Victor David Brenner, the portrait of Lincoln has graced the front of the penny for over a century, symbolizing the values of liberty, freedom, and unity that are so deeply embedded in the nation's history. On the obverse side of the 1949 penny, we see Lincoln's profile, accompanied by the inscriptions, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." The year of mintage, 1949, is also clearly visible, making it an important reminder of when this coin was produced during a time of post-war recovery. But it's not just the design that catches the eye of collectors, it's what's hidden beneath the surface that makes this coin such a treasure. The reverse side of the 1949 Liberty 1-cent coin features the classic wheat ears design, which was used on pennies from 1909 to 1958. The two stalks of wheat surrounding the phrase, 1 cent, are a reflection of the nation's agrarian roots and represent the strength of the American agricultural economy. This design, which was created by sculptor Frank Gasparo, has become synonymous with the Lincoln cent and is widely appreciated by collectors around the world. At first glance, the 1949 penny might seem like just another everyday coin. After all, millions of these pennies were struck in that year. However, the true value of this particular coin lies in its rarity and condition. Like most coins from the 1940s, many 1949 pennies were heavily circulated, meaning they saw a lot of use in daily transactions. As a result, many of these coins were subject to wear, scratches, and discoloration, which diminished their value over time. This is where things get interesting. For a coin like the 1949 Liberty 1 cent to be truly valuable, it needs to be in excellent, uncirculated condition. An uncirculated coin is one that has been carefully preserved and kept out of circulation, which means it shows no signs of wear or damage. These coins retain their sharp details, bright luster, and pristine features, making them highly desirable to collectors. And here's the thing, finding a 1949 penny in uncirculated condition is extremely rare. Most of the coins minted in that year have been through decades of use, making the ones that have survived in mint condition even more valuable, but that's not all. Some 1949 Liberty 1 cent coins are even rarer due to unique minting errors or unusual characteristics. For example, some pennies were struck with misaligned dies or experienced double strikes during the minting process. These mint errors create distinctive variations, which can make the coin even more valuable to collectors. If you happen to come across a 1949 penny with an unusual feature, it could be worth a lot more than just a well-preserved coin. Mint errors are highly prized in the world of numismatics, and they can drive the value of a coin up significantly. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the value. So, how much could the 1949 Liberty 1 cent coin be worth today? If you have one of these pennies in uncirculated condition or one that has a rare minting error, you might be sitting on a goldmine. In fact, the value of a 1949 penny in pristine condition could fetch as much as $165,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $165,000. It's incredible to think that a simple penny from 1949 could be worth such a staggering amount. The rarity of uncirculated coins and the potential for minting errors have made the 1949 Liberty 1 cent coin a highly sought-after item in the numismatic world. Whether it's the historical significance or the condition of the coin, there's no denying that this penny is a true treasure. If you've got a collection of old coins, especially from the 1940s, it might be worth your time to take a closer look at any 1949 pennies you have. Even if the coin isn't in perfect condition, it could still be worth more than its face value, especially if it has a minting error or unique characteristic. And if you're lucky enough to find an uncirculated 1949 penny, you could be holding a coin worth far more than you ever imagined. If you're new to coin collecting or are just beginning to explore the world of rare coins, the 1949 Liberty 1 cent coin is a great example of how something as small as a penny can have incredible value. It's a reminder that even the most seemingly ordinary pieces of currency can hold historical significance and become highly sought-after collectibles. Next coin, we have an exciting topic for all of you who love uncovering hidden treasures in the world of numismatics. Have you ever thought about how a simple penny could be worth more than just its face value? Well, hold on tight, because we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1950 United States Liberty 1-cent coin, a piece of American history that could be worth more than you ever imagined. At first glance, you might think, it's just another penny. But the 1950 Liberty 1-cent coin is far from ordinary. If you're lucky enough to find one in pristine condition, or even better, one with a rare minting error, you could be holding a coin worth a small fortune. Let's go back to 1950 and explore the history behind this penny, what makes it so valuable, and why collectors are constantly searching for this particular coin. The 1950 penny was minted during a significant time in U.S. history. America had recently emerged victorious from World War II, and the country was experiencing an economic boom in the 1950s. The coin itself, however, was not yet aware of the role it would play in the future of coin collecting. Minted in large numbers, the 1950 Liberty 1-cent coin circulated widely. As the country continued to grow and modernize, the design of the 1950 penny is similar to the rest of the Lincoln cent series, which has featured the image of President Abraham Lincoln since 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, Lincoln's portrait graces the obverse of the coin. Around his image, the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" are inscribed, with the year of minting, 1950, displayed prominently. This iconic portrait of Lincoln represents the enduring values of freedom and unity, and it has been an enduring symbol on American coins for over a century. On the reverse of the coin, you'll find the classic wheat ears design, which was used on pennies from 1909 to 1958. This reverse design was meant to reflect the country's strong agricultural foundation, with two stalks of wheat framing the words, 1 cent. The phrase, e pluribus unum, can also be seen on the reverse, which means, out of many, one. This design, first created by sculptor Frank Gasparo, has become one of the most recognizable images on American currency. But what sets the 1950 Liberty 1-cent coin apart from other pennies? The answer lies in its condition and rarity. The 1950 penny, like many coins from the 1950s, was used extensively in daily transactions. Over time, many of these coins suffered from wear and tear, which is why finding one in uncirculated, mint condition is such a rare and valuable find. Uncirculated coins are those that have been preserved in excellent condition, showing no signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. These coins retain their sharp details and brilliant luster, making them much more valuable to collectors. A 1950 penny in uncirculated condition is a true gem, and collectors will pay a premium for such a well-preserved coin. Additionally, certain minting errors and unique variations make the 1950 penny even more valuable. For example, some 1950 pennies were struck with misaligned dies, creating a double strike or a coin with a unique pattern. These minting errors are highly sought after because they are one-of-a-kind pieces that stand out from the rest. If you happen to find a 1950 penny with an error or unusual feature, it could be worth much more than a typical coin in good condition. Now, let's talk about how much the 1950 Liberty 1-cent coin could be worth. While most 1950 pennies may only be worth a few cents or a couple of dollars depending on their condition, if you find one in uncirculated condition, you're looking at a much higher price tag. In fact, a 1950 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth up to $150,000, yes, you heard that right, $150,000. It's incredible how a simple penny from 1950 can be worth such a substantial amount of money, but it's true. The rarity of these coins in excellent condition, combined with the possibility of minting errors, has made the 1950 Liberty 1-cent coin a highly coveted piece for collectors. If you've got a stash of old coins from the 1950s, it's definitely worth taking a closer look at any 1950 pennies you have. Even if the coin isn't in mint condition, it could still be worth more than its face value, especially if there's an error or unique characteristic. And if you're lucky enough to find a 1950 penny in uncirculated condition, you could be holding a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. Coin collecting is an exciting hobby, and the 1950 Liberty 1-cent coin is a perfect example of how a seemingly small and simple coin can carry so much historical and financial value. Whether you're just starting out or you've been collecting for years, this penny is a great reminder that rare coins are often hidden in plain sight. You just have to know what to look for. Last specially coin, we're going to talk about something that could make your heart race if you're into rare and valuable coins. We all know that coins can carry more than just a face value, they can hold history, culture, and sometimes, a hefty price tag. If you've ever come across a 1957 Liberty 1-cent coin, you might be holding a piece of American history that could be worth more than just 1 cent. In 1957, America was in a very different place. The country was experiencing the post-World War II economic boom, a time of prosperity and innovation. People were optimistic about the future, and the world was changing rapidly. But while history was being made on the global stage, the 1957 Liberty 1-cent coin was quietly being minted, unaware of the impact it would have decades later in the world of numismatics. For those who are new to coin collecting or just learning about the hobby, the Liberty 1-cent coin from 1957 is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series. This series has been around for over a century and features a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, which was designed by artist Victor David Brenner. The design is simple but powerful, with Lincoln's image proudly displayed on the obverse, along with the inscriptions, Liberty and, In God We Trust. The year of minting, 1957, is also clearly visible, making it easy to identify, but while the design is familiar, there's something special about the 1957 penny that collectors are always on the lookout for. It's the combination of rarity, condition, and sometimes even minting errors that make these coins incredibly valuable. If you're lucky enough to have a 1957 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, you may be sitting on a small fortune. One of the key features that set the 1957 Liberty 1-cent coin apart from others is its design on the reverse. Unlike modern pennies, the reverse side of the 1957 penny features 2 stalks of wheat, known as the wheat ears design. This design was used on Lincoln cents from 1909 to 1958 and is highly prized among collectors for its classic, vintage feel. The words 1 cent are framed by the wheat stalks, and the phrase e pluribus unum is inscribed above them, meaning out of many, one, symbolizing the unity of the United States. Now, let's dive into why this particular penny is so valuable. As with any collectible, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its worth. Most of the 1957 pennies that were minted were heavily circulated and used in everyday transactions. Over time, they accumulated wear and tear from being handled, spent, and exchanged. This means that finding a 1957 penny in mint condition is incredibly rare. Coins that have been preserved in uncirculated condition are especially sought after. These coins have never been used in circulation, meaning they show no signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. They retain their sharp details, bright luster, and brilliant appearance. A 1957 penny in uncirculated condition can fetch a significant amount of money due to its rarity and the demand from collectors who are looking for coins that have been carefully preserved. But what makes the 1957 Liberty 1-cent coin even more interesting is the potential for rare minting errors. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, resulting in a coin that has unique characteristics. These errors can include things like double strikes, misaligned dies, or even coins with unusual patterns. For collectors, these error coins are highly desirable, as they are often one-of-a-kind pieces that stand out from the rest of the minted coins. If you're lucky enough to find a 1957 penny with a minting error, it could be worth significantly more than a standard penny. Even small variations in the design or minting process can make a coin incredibly rare, and the rarer the coin, the higher the value. Mint errors are what often drive the value of coins through the roof, and they are highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. So, how much could a 1957 Liberty 1-cent coin be worth today? If you happen to have an uncirculated 1957 penny, you could be holding a coin worth $120,000. That's right, $120,000. It's hard to believe that something as simple as a penny could fetch such an astonishing price, but the rarity of these coins in excellent condition and the demand from collectors make them highly valuable. This is a perfect example of how seemingly ordinary coins can become incredibly valuable over time. What might have seemed like just another penny in 1957 is now a potential goldmine for collectors, and it serves as a reminder that the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. So, if you've got a collection of old pennies or have come across a 1957 penny in your change, it's worth checking its condition. Even if it's not in perfect shape, it could still be worth more than its face value. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby, it's an exciting journey of discovery, and finding coins like the 1957 Liberty 1-cent coin can be an unforgettable experience. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this coin is a great example of how rare and valuable coins can be hiding right under our noses. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope you found this deep dive into the 1957 Liberty 1-cent coin as exciting as I did. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss a new discovery. Until next time, happy collecting, and who knows, you might just have a $120,000 penny in your collection.